What's going on, guys? This is going to be a quick review of this Princess Auto snowmobile lift, Power Fist brand. You can watch my other video where I put this plywood board on it to make it a work table, work on a small ATV, lots of useful things. And yeah, I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed having it because it's such a back saver. I'm doing some carb work on my Polaris XLT right now, and not having to bend over is just awesome. So a couple quick things. I think for more modern sleds that have the rider forward position, pretty much anything probably from 2006 and up, you're gonna not have this problem. But with these old Wedge sleds, yeah, this is a 1995, you have a problem where I'll show you when I lower it, but when this comes down, this nose is basically going to hit into this if you use it how it's probably supposed to be designed, which would be to have this kind of engine rest way back there. So my guess is what they intended was that this engine rest would be probably further back here, just kind of right where the back of the engine bay is, and then your support would be further back there. The other thing to look out for is with these old sleds is if you have running board coolers, definitely don't just take your little rubber bump stop, which is what it came with. So you're going to want to just take these off if you're using one of these sleds with running board coolers. It was right there. So the way it's originally designed is you have this under your engine, and then this is the only contact between the tunnel of your snowmobile, or the entire track area, and the stand. Pretty lousy design if you ask me. I mean, that's just such a small little point. Would have been way better if they just put some kind of rubber, yeah, same type of rubber, but like a big long strip of it on top of this, just like I've done with the board. I didn't have rubber strips with glue on them lying around that I could easily attach, or didn't feel like messing with it. So what I did was just start slowly getting the sled raised up as this board started pushing up on it, and as this gap started closing, then I just waited till the right moment and put the board in there, and it's holding it pretty well. As you can see, that's not going anywhere. As the sled is kind of going upward, you can tell the contact is really only about here. But yeah, you want to get something besides, don't just start ramming this metal up into your tunnel cooler fins, because it will bend them, if not break them. So use something like a board. If you have rubber, that would be like a hard rubber. You know, I could have used something like this. I might actually, yeah, if I want to make a little better thing where I wouldn't have to come over here and put the boards in every time while I'm cranking it up, I might get some rubber like this, just an old mud flap, thick one, truck flap, and glue it on here. That would be better. But in a pinch, a 1x piece of wood off an old pallet works just fine. Same thing on the other side. So then the only other modification you'll need, besides taking these off and adding in a 1x piece of wood for the tunnel coolers to rest on, is you're going to need to extend this handle. If you want to use this, I have been using a 7/8 or 22mm socket as well with a drill. But even down at the bottom there, because like I'm telling you, I'll show you in a sec, but this will literally be up against here, almost pushing into it. And so you're going to want to have something else that can get out beyond your sled, because with the, you can tell I just cut the stock handle there and there. With the original stock only going to about there, the handle would be constantly banging into this, if not actually up under here, and it was impossible to turn it. So I had to use a hand ratchet, you know, just kind of like just slowly turning that, and that was going to take forever. So I went ahead and just grabbed a piece of rebar and welded a longer handle onto here, which does the trick. So that's a few mods I'll need to do to use a snowmobile lift from Princess Auto on a older 90s sled, but totally worth it. Pretty simple, easy to do with just some wood, and you could also figure out how to buy a longer one of these, but I just decided to weld an extension on rather than buy something else. But they do make long handle poles like this, kind of for doing RV awnings, because I looked it up. That's what kept coming up. I couldn't find one with a 22 millimeter socket. I think the RV awnings have like a 3/4 inch socket, whereas this is a 7/8. So if anyone finds a long handle crank, like a crank handle is usually what they call it, with a 3/4 inch socket, feel free to put it in the comments. That'll help other people out. But yeah, overall, very happy with my purchase. It's amazing not to have to be bending over to work on the sled. So hopefully this video helps you out, and catch you on the next one. So here's what I meant about when it's coming down. I got my dollies under it. The wood already fell off. The drill starts hitting into it. So as you can see, that's about to bind right there. So that's no bueno. Can't even get my socket out now. See if I can manhandle this thing one-handed. Get it back up where I can't get my thing on there now. So the beauty of this is I shouldn't have that problem. Sorry for all the jerking around there. So it almost binds, almost causes a problem, but it doesn't. Right when you think it would be a no-go, just manages to have barely enough clearance. Now it's all the way on the ground. So anyways, hopefully you find this helpful. If you're using one of these lifts for a Gen 1 Polaris Wedge sled or something similar. Hopefully this video helps you out, and catch you on the next one.